Hello, and welcome to Onstage at the BACP. As always, thank you so much for choosing to invite us into your home, your office, or wherever you are. And wherever you are today, I hope you're nice and warm. It's really been cold out there the last few days. Today we're going to be returning to our series of interviews with our local nonprofits. Although first of all, I want to be sure to remind you that it's still not too late to register for our live Zoom event, which we're going to be having at 7:30 this Friday, February the 20th. It's some original short plays about love Corona style. They're supposed to be fun and lighthearted, give us an opportunity to have some enjoyment in this time of not only Corona, but also of the really freezing cold. I'll tell you more about how to register for that later on. Also, I want to remind you that we're still hoping here at the BACP that we will be able to reopen for live production sometime this year. Because we don't know when that's going to be, we're starting to kind of think about, well, what do we want to do when we reopen? And that's where we need some help from you. If you have a suggestion of a play that you would like to see when we reopen, please let us know. You can send us an email at bacptheater@aol.com. Be sure that you keep it family friendly. Give us the title of the play or musical. Be sure to give us the author. Any information would be helpful, maybe even if you know a place where we would be able to access a script. Just let us know, because this is your playhouse and we want to be able to present something that you would enjoy. Also, when we come back, we're going to need volunteers around here. Ushers, set building, a variety of things. If you would like to do that, let us know at that same email address, or you can just go onto our website, bacptheater.com/volunteer. There's a form there that you can fill it out and let us know what it is that you would like to do. We would love to have you join our family here. The more the merrier. Now, let's get to this week's guest. Actually, he comes to us from right next door. He's the CEO and president of BA Seniors Incorporated. Please welcome Sean Simpson. Sean, welcome to the Broken Arrow Community Playhouse. Tell us a little bit about the Broken Arrow Seniors.
Well, Broken Arrow Seniors, we are an activity center for older adults over the age of 55. We have a variety of activities. We have fitness classes ranging from Zumba and yoga and Tai Chi and line dancing. We have ukulele, guitar, poker, bridge. We have crochet, paper crafting. We have many things, and we have the potential to add many more. But the activities are being driven by our members who want those activities.
Okay. So you don't just sit around and talk, obviously.
You can do that if you want to. We do have some that's what they do. They come and they socialize and they talk and they'll play Uno. They'll come to lunch. Lunch is one of the biggest things that's changed a lot, because a year ago we were feeding about 40 people a day, and now we're feeding about 110 people a day.
Whoa! So, obviously not in the building though, right?
No, when we were fully open, we were doing 40 a day. That's what the capacity was. Because of COVID, whether it's you don't want to get out, or you don't have transportation, or finances are tight, or you just want that little extra help because there's food insecurity issues in a big way.
Sure.
And we're doing what we can to feed our members. I know you just talked to Megan from Broken Arrow Neighbors. We work very closely with them. I mean, their mission, obviously, it's to take care of folks, to help them with bills, to help them with food. We're not in the food distribution business. It's just the right thing to do for our members at this time.
Right. So how do they access the meals that you're talking about? I mean, they can't come to the building and sit down, so...
We're doing meal pickup every day. We moved to once a week, then we moved to twice a week, and that was so that they could get everything kind of in one stop. That way they didn't have to get out of the house. They didn't have to find a ride. Our delivery folks weren't able to do as much as they were doing, so every 2 weeks they go through the front drive right in front of your building, right in front of my building. They line up about 10:30 and the cars roll through. It's totally contactless. We either have a box of shelf-stable meals, a box of frozen meals, And then we have a supplemental piece that's for weekends and snacks. So everybody receives about 16 or 17 meals when they come and pick it up.
Oh, that's great.
And,
So,
and it's contactless. We put it right into their trunk, so we don't have to put ourselves in the car. There doesn't have to be any contact.
Right.
We'll keep it as safe.
so I'm assuming people have to sign up for it. I mean, they can't just like, oh, I see a bunch of cars drive, I can just pull into the line.
We will
Yeah.
take care of people if they have a need. We
Okay.
have seniors that move to Broken Arrow and don't know much. This is one of the things that they stop in for first. But you can sign up through our website. You can call our office. The application is there. It's less about the application and more about the need.
Got it.
And it's a recommended donation of $2 a meal, which is really affordable. It's not required. The money goes right back into the program.
Sure. Oh, wow, that is amazing. I actually drove by one day and saw a bunch of cars, and I was like, what are they doing there? And I was like, oh, well, they're moving through, and then saw the tent over the tables, and I was like, okay, they're handing something out, but that is amazing.
And we did that for flu vaccines, the same thing, where you could
Yeah.
just come through in your car and you get the vaccine. Hopefully, we'll be able to move to that place for COVID vaccines.
I was just thinking the same
We've set it
thing.
up for the business models there. We know how to do it. It's just a matter of when's the supply going to be there, because the demand is already there.
Definitely there, yeah. Wow, that's amazing. So, well, tell me a little bit about, since we've gone into how are you adjusting, what about the classes that you had? Obviously, you're not having them in the building, right?
Well, we like a lot of places, closed the middle of March
Right.
of 2020. The first day we closed, we started working on what is it going to take to reopen the building safely. And we worked on that. We did all the research. We blocked off everything in the building every 6 feet. We have temperature checks. We were doing all the things that when we had a positive case, contact tracing was able to be done. When we reopened in July, it was 4 fitness classes, because we were bringing everybody in at one time. They went to class. It was evenly spaced. Instead of 70 people, there were 30 spots in the class, and there was one entrance, one exit, so it could kind of go like that. You had the option, because of the spacing, to wear a mask or not wear a mask. So we had all of those. We started to add crochet and paper crafting and quilting back into the building. And then November got here, and the numbers went through the roof. And we couldn't safely continue to do what we were doing, mostly because of not wearing a mask or just close proximity to folks. So we had to move to all virtual classes. So all of our fitness classes, we have them recorded. We do them in real time, but most of them we have recorded. They're on our YouTube channel. They're on our Facebook page. So you can join in and do it with the instructor on your own. And there are a lot of our members that are doing that way. However, there's others, like our poker group, that I am not kidding. We have somebody who's 81, and she walks 3 miles every morning before she gets online to do online poker with her poker group. And they're on there for 3 times a day.
Oh, my
They have
goodness.
3 separate poker tournaments with the same people that are in the class. Our book club has a couple of dozen that they meet online, and they may never meet in person again. But they've developed this tremendous kinship and togetherness when they go and discuss the books. And the authors get to join in the Zoom call because they can't go on book tours anymore.
Sure.
So they come in and they get to engage with the people that are buying the books and talking about them. That's absolutely amazing. Creative Writing's doing the same thing. Our Alzheimer's support group went from once a month in person to every single week on Fridays because it was easier for people to join from wherever they were rather than driving and going to something.
Right.
So we've reinvented how we can deliver programming for our members, and when we do get to a point where we can reopen for in-person activities, we're open every day. We're not
Right,
closed.
yeah, you're there working,
But when we
yeah.
get to that point, we will have advanced the organization away from where we were a year ago, and now we'll be set up to take care of our members, whether they're in the building, whether they're in the zip code, whether they're in the state. It won't matter. We'll be able to deliver that programming and I know at some point next year, we're going to be able to have even more programming with more space. Well, a couple of the projects, we actually have them going on right now. Our crafting program is, there's people that really want to, I mean, they liked doing the activity, but they also liked the camaraderie of being around. They're doing the project like in a kit, like you can drive by and pick the project up.
Awesome.
And okay, great for them. Paper crafting is in about 3 different off-site locations. Between March and December, they made by hand 12,000 cards, and they distributed those to first responders, healthcare workers, and school personnel, teachers and staff. 12,000 cards, handmade, individually punched, individually glued, individually folded. So we have a lot of those things, and that type of momentum is what's going to be great, because we're going to break ground on our second building right across the street. It'll be an additional 12,400 square feet. 6 additional rooms, which doubles our room count, and it'll bring total square footage up to about just a little over 30,000 square feet of space.
Wow.
But that's going to afford us the opportunity for crochet to not be here once a week, but they can be here 2 or 3 times a week.
Sure.
And our tap dance class doesn't have to take this little hour-and-a-half slot on a Friday. They're going to have more options to pick different days. So we're going to be able to deliver the programming that we have. We're also going to be able to deliver the programming that we don't even know that we need right now. But there's going to be a need. That's why I said we'll be able to move from 75 activities a week to at least 125 activities a week.
Oh, that's wow, that's awesome.
And that's when we were fully open with in person, we were getting 400 to 450 people a day just coming in to do the activities that we had. So you'll see some that come in for an hour, 2 hours. You'll see some that come like the pool room, and they stay for 6 hours.
Right. Well, I remember when it was open before all the shutdown. Anytime you drove by here, the parking lot was full. I mean, it was just amazing, and we'll get back to something closer to that in the future. We just have to be patient for it. But in the meantime, I love how you're taking care of business and giving people what they need. So if I wanted to become a member, what do I need to do to become a member of the Broken Arrow Seniors?
Well, I mean, you can call us on the phone. You can go to the webpage and take care of it that way.
Okay.
We have people that still come to the office. We'll bring them in safely, and we'll sit down and we'll talk to them. It's hard to give them a tour, just like it would be hard to give them a tour of your place, because it's like, okay, here's where all the seats are. There aren't anybody in the seats. This is where your class will be. It's kind of like doing back to school night in July when nobody's at the school. So they have the opportunity to do that. Most of the folks that picked up started doing meals. They were the ones that joined and did it. We have people that are joining specifically because we have Alzheimer's support group every week that they need, and they didn't know they needed it, but now it's really a need. So we have the vehicle for them to get in, but what we're going to see really over the course of the next couple months is when we break ground, that building's going to go up, and that building going up is a really clear sign that we're continuing to grow and operate and develop. It's not locks on the building. We're going about providing the best center for older adults in Oklahoma. And it's not about the building. It's about the community, that they come and they're a part of that community, and they can work on their physical health, their social health, their psychological health, their emotional health, all those different aspects. That's what makes us special, because it's not about the facility or the structure, it's about what happens. And that's what our members miss the most. The human contact, the social interaction, that's the thing, unfortunately, that can get you sick. That's what they miss the most, and that's what we are at our core, and that's why we have to continue to try and do different things to keep folks engaged.
Well, it sounds like you are doing an amazing job. Anything else that you want to tell us about? I mean, we're kind of getting short on our time, so I don't want to keep our viewers a long time. Anything else that you'd like to share, or we pretty much covered it all?
Well, we're gonna have some new things, and part of it, just like I said, we work with Broken Arrow Neighbors. We work with a New Leaf. A New Leaf they have a learning lab 5 days a week for 3 to 4 hours at a time. They have a crew in our building learning to take care of it, learning how to sanitize. They're working on cleaning programs. So when we were open, they were working in concert with all our activities that were going on. So what I'm saying is we're working with our area nonprofits. We're going to have outreach with Broken Arrow School System where we can get our older adults to basically have some career days where they're explaining what their career was when they were still working.
Right.
So we, just like you inviting me to come over to the video, it's not a siloed nonprofit thing anymore.
Exactly.
And I really do believe that a lot of that has to do with Broken Arrow and what we have in Broken Arrow.
Yeah.
I don't know that you would have it in every other community, but when you have nonprofits that can work together, it makes the community better, it makes the community stronger, and we can share all of our resources and share what we can do to help people. And I don't know that that really existed years ago. I think that's kind of a fresh thing over the course of the last couple of years.
Yeah, I tend to agree, and it may just be, it was just the right timing that everybody got together. Well, thank you so much for being here today. I have learned so much. I'm like excited and want to join and get over there and start crocheting and learning that paper craft. Thank you very, very much for being here. We really do appreciate it.
You're welcome. And the best part about it is dues are $30 a year if you're in Broken Arrow and $40 if you're outside. It's about $2.50 a month. Join.
Okay, I can scratch that together.
Join.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Well, I hope you enjoyed meeting Sean and learning more about Broken Arrow seniors. They're our neighbors. They're right over there, and they do a lot of amazing things. If you're interested in registering for our live Zoom event this Saturday, February the 20th at 7:30, you don't have to wait until then to register. You can do that right now. All you have to do is either follow a link here on our Facebook page, or you can go to our website, bacptheater.com. On the front page, there is a link to the tickets page. It's only $10 to register, and that's $10 whether it's you watching by yourself or you and your family. It's not a per person charge, it's a per registration charge. We hope that you'll enjoy it. We're really looking forward to it. And now, thank you for choosing to invite us in today. We hope that you enjoyed it, and we hope you'll come back next week for On Stage at the BACP.